are back here, and today my guest is Mr. Vincent Hippolyte, the General Manager of Wasco, a gentleman who I've had a long-standing relationship with as many years ago as Director of the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority. Vincent was in the accounting department, and I spotted a man of integrity and a man who was extremely productive. Since then, we have had an extremely good relationship, and when I was chosen as chairman of the St. Lucia Marine Terminals, Vincent became the general manager, and we had a long-standing relationship, and needless to say, the two of us together promoted that port of Beaufort into a very special port. Nothing like the initial stages, the teething problems we went through, the crane giving problems, mobilizing people. Beaufort is 35, 40 miles away from Castries. We had to be up and down. But I want to say that, in my humble opinion, we did an extremely good job. Today, Vincent subsequently went abroad. He worked for the World Bank, and he's back in St. Lucia now as the general manager of Wasco. And in my feeling, Vincent is really an incredible individual who I think can do an excellent job at that organization. Unfortunately for Vincent, shortly after he came in, he experienced the Christmas trough, which was not a nice feeling, and he put his shoulder to the blade, and I have to say that there's no question about it, how he handled the whole situation. Because of his manner and working with the staff, the competent staff at Wasco, we were able to get our water back in a very quick time. So I want to commend Vincent for the work he has done, and on that score I am going to try and learn a bit more from Vincent today as far as Wasco is concerned. And before doing that, I would just ask Vincent to say a couple of words, and then we will start our program. Vincent.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Shasley. And it is true that we've had a very long relationship. You started as my chairman, the first chairman of St. Lucia Marine Terminals Limited, and I was the first managing director, general manager, sorry, of St. Lucia Marine Terminals. And we had to get the port going. We had to bring the business, we had to set up the administration, and we had to make it a success, and we did so. And subsequently, I moved to the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, where I think you were also on the board of directors there, or the council as they call it at the time. And I assumed that position, and I spent a couple of years, and then I left. I went out of St. Lucia, and I came back.
Wonderful. Now, Vince, Wasco is an integral part of our economy, especially within the tourism industry, which is the lifeblood of our economy. The water catchments in St. Lucia are as follows: the Roseau Dam, which represents a percentage of where we get our water. Then you have the Vanna, then you have the Woodlands at Grace, and then you have the Hill 20 treatment plant. And of course, you have the John Compton Dam, which, as we all know, though an asset to St. Lucia, has its share of problems. Vincent, I attended a meeting which you had approximately 2 months ago at the Palm Haven Hotel, and I was so well informed by what you had said concerning the dam, and you highlighted what is going on. Can you give the public an update of where we stand today as far as the desilting of that dam is concerned? I know that it's going to be a very long haul, but by the same token, I think the public would like to know, hear directly from you as to what direction are we taking, because without water, many of our industries will go down the tube.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Mr. Shasley, once again. Well, actually, I think you put it right. The economy of St. Lucia depends on water, depends on Wasco. And if we cannot produce and satisfy demand, we don't have an economy. It's as simple as this. Correct. It doesn't matter how you look at it. Now, that takes us to the John Compton Dam. The John Compton Dam was commissioned in 1996. The outlook for the dam was for it to have provided 10 million gallons of water a day up to the year 2025. We are now in the year 2014, so that gives you an idea. 2015, if we count 2015, then we're 10 years away.
Right.
Up to 2025. Currently, the output, and I will just give you the output out of the Cicero facility. On the normal conditions, the output is about 7.6 million gallons of water a day. If you then were to do some calculations, you would come to the conclusion that consumption in the north is around 5.5 to 6 million gallons of water a day. That is consumption, that's not demand.
Correct.
Demand is much more than that.
Right.
Because
what would the demand be if you had to guess?
I think demand would be probably 8.5 million gallons to 9 million
gallons. So the shortfall
yes.
of 2.5 million
yes, so that is quite a large way
and that is taken into consideration that there's a tremendous loss in the old pipes.
Indeed.
And you know, it has been said by several people that the leakage up north is approximately 2 to 3 million gallons a day. Would that be correct?
Yes, it would be correct. More in the order of about 2 million gallons of water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, without interrupting you, Vincent, I know you're just come on board at Wasco. If one had to address the leakages, what would be the best way to address those leakages?
Well, a number of things one would have to do. One is that we'd have to make a determination as to whether you address the leakages by going back and removing and replacing pipes, the old pipes that are there, or you just design a new system and bypass the old network that is there.
And both would be quite expensive.
Both would be quite expensive.
Yeah. Now tell me something, Vince. Is there equipment available that can actually detect where the pipes are leaking?
Well, in fact, that's a very interesting question that you asked, because I have come to know that there is equipment that can do so, but not for the old pipes.
Why?
Because we have some asbestos cement pipe.
Right.
And we cannot detect those pipes with the equipment that we have.
Now you said asbestos on the outside, I hope, not on the inside.
Yes, yes, that is true. No, not on the inside.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's not problematic.
But tell me something, Vince. By being asbestos coated and they have leaks, is there any chance at all that that water could actually find itself inside the pipe?
No, this is not the case. As I understand it, even in some of the more advanced countries, they still have those pipes. So clearly that is not the same. Yes, it's not the same as the kind of asbestos that you would find on rooftops and so on, and the fibers getting into the atmosphere that you can breathe in and can cause problems.
Right.
No, that is different.
Okay. Yeah. So you were, just to get back to bring on your, when you were talking about identifying the leaks.
Well, yes, I was just making the point that if I may just tell you that in a report that was prepared in 2004, it indicated that we needed, St. Lucia needed, or Wasco needed $931 million in order to address its infrastructural problems.
Wow.
And to put
what year was that given?
2004.
Yeah.
So that is nearly $1 billion.
Wow.
So if you take the time value of money into consideration to where we are, it gives you a very good indication as to the amount of money we must find to address our infrastructural problems with Wasco.
Now, let me butt in for a moment. To me, that's a Herculean task.
Indeed it is.
Okay? Now, as you know, various administrations have suggested time and time again that Wasco should be privatized. Yes. What you're telling me now sort of indicates to me that there's no way the St. Lucian public, especially the state of our economy, could even think of raising that kind of money. Does it therefore suggest that this administration or coming administrations should think very seriously of bringing in some outside investors to address that situation?
My advice, and that's a professional management advice, is that it is a fact that it will be impossible for Wasco to carry itself out of its situation from the public purse, or even to rely on rates to do so. There must be today a relationship with the private sector to make it happen. I say relationship because if you look at it, there are several different models by which you can involve the private sector. And
now,
I have
without cutting you short, the private sector, both internally and externally?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay,
in fact, I am not thinking that it is wise today for us to shield ourselves just internally.
Okay.
Because what we need is we need
both
a certain
the
level
money
of
and the expertise.
precisely, and the expertise. And you must not be, coward about it, you know,
Yes,
because
correct, yeah.
for us to really move and shake ourselves and flap our wings and so on,
Yeah.
we need some kind of relationship building within and also outside. And it would mean for me that private sector participation in a form and a model that satisfies the expectations of St. Lucia would be a way to go.
St. Lucians, I hope you all are listening to this program very carefully, because we're now appealing to the wider section of St. Lucia that the time has come when we need to focus on dealing with Wasco. The kind of money that's required, we need to put aside our differences, our opinions, and deal with the realities of what is going on today. Because we all know that some years ago, the rates on water were doubled. In other words, they went up 100%. They recently went up 66%. And from what I'm hearing today, it strikes me that's nothing more than a drop of water in the bucket. So please, let us put aside our differences today. Let us have some forums. Let us address the public, and let us be serious about the direction that we want to go. Please, I'm appealing to all St. Lucians. This program today is an exceptionally important program because it's highlighting what is going on. We are talking about our future. Let us get together and deal with the issue in a professional and understanding manner. This is Open Mic. This is the end of our first segment. We'll be right back.